Welcome to James's stock pick or dump of the day. You don't know what you're going to get here. Please like or subscribe. I do these great videos. They're very short. They tell you about a new stock quickly so that you don't have to do your research all day long. You can just chill out, turn on my channel, and catch up on some new information that you might find useful, you might find profitable. It's definitely brain food. It's good for your brain. So like and subscribe. Today, Domino's Pizza. What's going on with Domino's in a nutshell? Stock price is pretty high, $297. $10 billion market cap with a PE of 24. I would not have expected that from a company that's been around since the 1980s. Apparently, they still think this thing is getting priced like a growing, expanding company. I figured it would be shrinking by now. But I'm actually pretty impressed, considering everything I ever believed about Domino's, which is disgusting pizza. I don't like the taste of it. They refuse to use DoorDash. They refuse to use Uber Eats, which means they're not on those menus. And if you know anything about these companies right now, about half the sales of Papa John's, Pizza Hut, they're coming from Uber Eats and DoorDash menu. People are flocking to the app. People are ordering the pizzas right there instead of calling the restaurant. So this means a few things. Number one, Papa John's and everybody gets free sales that they would have had otherwise. And secondly, they're able to fire their delivery drivers and not have to pay them that pesky salary anymore. Remember when they used to need 5, 6, 7, 8 guys standing around all day long waiting for the next delivery? Well, they don't need them anymore. They have DoorDash and Uber Eats, and they are doing crazy business right now, handing out pizzas faster than they've ever handed them out, delivering and staying open later, and they're doing really, really good. Domino's, very interested in seeing what they're up to. They went in the other direction. They decided not to support the DoorDash and Uber Eats movement. They flew in the face of every other restaurant in town. Literally 99% of the restaurant owners made a different decision than Domino's. Domino's said, I'm smarter than you. I'm going to not use those companies. We're going to hire more drivers in the middle of a, what are we calling this right now? A wage spike? We're in a possible recession, definitely inflation, and there's definitely employment inflation going on. In the middle of that, they've decided to hire new drivers, buy a fleet of electric cars, and make a bunch of crazy promises where it's free to their customers and run a ton of commercials. They've been growing and doing good with a ton of commercials. People like their electric vehicles, I guess. So now drivers not only get a job, which they don't get at the other places, but they also get an electric vehicle, $40,000, $30,000, $50,000. How much are these things? $60,000? Please comment down below. And then they have to keep that fleet up, and they claim to be building the fleet. It sounds like they're just ramming themselves out of business as quickly as possible. But when I look at the stock, I'm going, what in the heck is going on? $300? Okay, well, obviously they have a low float. But why is a company that's making so many bad decisions look like it have such a good stock? In 5 years, it's up $75. It's down 30% in 1 year, down to $297. Now this chart starts to make a little bit more sense. Here's the 6 months chart. You'll notice that the big dump comes right at the end. Something just happened. We're going to find out what that was for you. Yeah, right around Valentine's Day, it looks like it just took a big dump, where we quickly went from 340 to under 300. Maybe it was earnings. It's timed with the release of the Federal Reserve. I'll do the homework. Yeah, it looked like it was bad earnings, dumb decisions. Domino's sales sour as delivery fees deter consumers. Apparently, they've got their website and they're jacking up the pizzas, getting everyone else to pay for their electric Zoomy cars, and their need to have a staff of drivers on hand in a world of DoorDash and Uber that they are not recognizing. They still just want to hire people and do it. And yeah, shares slump. Here's another article by the Detroit News. Some of these people really love Domino's or whoever it is. Maybe they love their agenda or they love how woke they are. There could be lots of reasons for why the news reads like it is. You have to really be able to be just as adept at politics as you are the stock market these days, because people will lie right to your face, and they'll do it just like they do in the political world. They'll do it the same way in the business world just because it's their political buddy. So you'll start seeing news that doesn't really make sense. Definitely is a lot different than the other article. Domino's Pizza stock drops most in a decade on delivery woes. Soft demand. There is no soft demand going on right now. Maybe there is for Domino's Pizza. Maybe there is for buying that particular pizza for $25, $28, delivering it for a large. I don't know what it is these days. We're going to go check out their menu in a second and find out what's going on compared to some of the other prices. But it's not a terrible pizza. It's good if you eat it within the first half hour or so. It's not completely disappointing. I'm not picking on their product, and they make a lot of guarantees and promises. They do a ton of advertising, which is very, very expensive. They also do a ton of business, and they're kind of unique, going, like I said earlier, in the opposite direction with the electric cars and maintaining their own staff of drivers. Your average Papa John's might have 3-4 drivers now if they're lucky. They used to have 20. 20 people on payroll. And in Florida, it's $11 an hour now at minimum. You have to pay each and every one of these drivers just to stand around all day long, even when nothing's going on. So then you try to get all the drivers to come work a dinner hour shift. Come in at 5 p.m. and you're off at 8 p.m. Well, employees won't put up with that very much, especially for 3 cheap hours. I'm not getting dressed and driving across town so you can give me 3 hours of driving around town and then I can go home at 8 p.m. still poor. No, you at least give me a 5, 6, 7, 8 hour shift, something. If it's part-time, I expect that to be 5, 6 hours, not 3 hours. That's just using somebody and wasting their time on purpose. And the pizza business has been doing this for decades, obviously, since its inception, trying to cling on to delivery drivers, make them sit around for free. And this country now, they have to pay them, and they have to pay them nicely. There is no sitting around fee that you can pay them anymore. If they don't have the opportunity to make tips, they're logged in at the full, what used to be $7.25 or $8.25 an hour here in Orlando, has now turned into $11 in Orlando, and it's going up $1 a year for each of the next 3 more years. So we're going to end up at $15 for Orlando, I think within 2 more years, 3 more years. I think we're up to $12 this year. But that's how much they have to pay each and every one of these people just for sitting around. Domino's is really proud of this, and I think this is going to be their undoing. I could see it the day that I heard about it. So this one's got a long way to fall, though. Let's check the profit. Well, here's what we got. Company revenue, $4.5 billion annually. Wow. 15,000 restaurants, 5,000 of them are in the United States. They got a bunch of in India and the United Kingdom as well. About 10% of this 4.5 billion is net profit. $12 plus per share, earnings per share is incredible. The company's a beast. I don't know why the PE is so high, but the numbers are fantastic. They do a terrific business. They make a lot of money. I guess their runway is about $400 million. once they're done with that, finding some way to squander it, then they'll be worth where I think they belong. But as for right now, they still have some money coming in. Business is going down a little bit. Um, Maybe it shouldn't, maybe it should. I don't know. But it's pizza. DPZ is the stock ticker symbol on this one. It's pizza. 15,000 stores, a nationally recognized name. Uh, Probably a big fan base, obviously. $4.5 billion worth of pizza sold with a 10% net profit margin. That looks incredibly strong. And they run all those commercials, and they still make that kind of profit. God forbid they skip the electric cars and they jump on DoorDash and Uber and stop running so many commercials for a while. They could put out some really, really good numbers if they wanted to. Probably numbers that would make this look shabby. But yeah, obviously their advertising budget is to the moon. Could they zip it for 6 months and just roll in the profits? Yeah, I don't know. This one here is definitely worthy of its immense value, obviously. Where exactly on the pendulum this thing should fall, to 250 a share to 400 a share, somewhere in there. I don't see them getting to 20,000 restaurants in the next decade. I don't even know if they're trying. They're probably closing more stores than they're opening. To be worth 24 multiplier on the PE, ouch, that's a little bit much. I'm liking this one more in the 12 multiplier range. Personally, I'm all in this thing for 150. Bring it down to 150. I'm a buyer. I'll you run your company however you want to, as long as you got a reasonable thing. It's pizza and you got that many stores. I'm in. The dividend is tiny, 1.6%. That's not a reason. A 24 multiplier for the pizza company is not a reason. They're not even willing to share it with you. Is it going up from there? I don't know. It seems like they're making some really bizarre choices. They might be the renegade that wins in the end. They might be the only loser. They're not on the two biggest menus in town. That's one thing we can know for sure. I don't know if I would short pizza. I'd probably wait on this one. Maybe around 200 get tempted. 150 dive in. I don't know. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below if you feel differently than me or you want to correct me on anything. I'd love to hear how you feel. And yeah, Domino's Pizza. Here's my quick update on the stock, what's going on with the company. And yeah, we'll look at their prices real quick. Yeah, the pizza prices are still around just under $20. And when you're done with tax and delivery and everything, $30, coming into that range. You can pick one up for $8. We've seen these commercials. They're tipping carry-out people $3. It's kind of like their carry-out special. It's kind of amusing since they were big advocates of keeping their delivery drivers. Now they're trying to run commercials to strip them of work. I guess they were hoping for less of them per store. They're running a massive pickup marketing campaign. We'll give you $3 if you pick up your own pizza. We'll leave you the tip. Okay, well, how about you leave me the delivery fee and the rest of the stuff that you were charging me on the delivery. And, of course, I don't want to pay double for the pizza like you do if you make me deliver it. If you order a pizza and have it delivered, you literally pay $18 for a large instead of $8 for a large. And then you're leaving a tip. And then there's a service charge. So yeah, it could get up to mid-20s to 30 real fast. God forbid you order 2 or 3 of them. It's a pretty good ticket. So, I don't know. It's showing me that they're very conflicted. They're encouraging people to pick up. At the same time, they're refusing the best menus in town. DPZ is the ticker symbol again. I don't know. I wouldn't buy it, that's for sure. I wouldn't short it. Because it's pizza, and they might just get smart all of a sudden. They could, like I said, pause those commercials. They can jump on DoorDash anytime they want to. They can fix that problem. They can stop buying all the cars for the drivers. They can stop that problem. They can reverse a lot of their dumb decisions and probably do better. The PE is way too high. Um, I would almost be brave enough to short this at Dow 34,000, Dow 33,000, maybe where we're at now. You see a recession coming. Um, the pickups are going to go through the roof. The revenue is going to fall, and people aren't going to pay $30 for a delivery anymore. And they're going to wish they didn't hold all these drivers during a inflationary period for delivery drivers. Wow, they're getting very expensive now. I don't see much good on the horizon here. I don't see any growth that would warrant that kind of a PE. I would want to short it, I think, but I don't think I would want to put my life savings on this one. I would definitely, I'd short a few shares or whatever in proportion to you. Maybe short $1,000 worth or short $500 worth. Probably cut itself in half pretty quickly. This is one that's going to get torn up in a recession. They made some terrible decisions. If you think they're terrible, if you think they're good decisions, then by all means buy. But this is all about my personal opinion, and I'm just trying to bring you a little bit of information along with it. Hopefully you know more about Domino's and their company and some of the numbers behind them. It's February 25th. Thank you very much for checking out my channel, and please like and subscribe. I bring these videos out. You can watch them right on my channel. They play one after the other, and they kind of give you an idea of different companies and investment ideas that you might be looking at or considering, and maybe hearing something that you didn't hear before. We do a little bit of research, quite a bit of research on each one before we do it. We're not flying in there dumb. We try to apply a little bit of common sense. Hopefully you'll hear a perspective that you haven't thought of before, or understand what's going on in the business in a different way. Not everybody will tell you everything. I'll tell you everything. Anyways, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe. Bye.